So we'll see what that looks like. It's going to be a bit different, but it tells me when you go live on socials, you should go vertical. Every time it warns me that I'm not vertical. Oh, yeah, this did pretty good too. This dude had us on and
Passion Pod 20K.
That's pretty fun.
Holy crap,
in
dude!
4K, huh?
That's amazing.
It's like okay, I think we're live. It just looks different because it's vertical.
Is it freaking you out a little bit?
Yeah, like the camera doesn't get both of us in
Does
the
it just
wide
get
shot,
the
so I'm
tips of
gonna
our
be really
nose?
good at getting. Yeah, I have to like really lean in. Oh yeah, maybe I should just lean in.
Should
Not
we
be
get a
such a
little closer?
gangster. Oh gosh,
It's like this is like
it's
Lady,
like it's under the
Lady and the Tramp with the noodle. We're gonna be.
It's like we're under the oak tree.
That was a nice moment. In the oak tree, not oak tree.
I was like, doesn't this jog your memory, dude?
Sorry, dude.
Okay, it says we're live. It's just probably taking a second to catch up.
Hey, there we are.
Nope, don't. Come on, YouTube. This is like my signal to know that we're officially there.
I think this is like the internet's just taking a day break on a Tuesday.
It says it's streaming to YouTube. We should be right. Let's go live on Instagram. Maybe that'll go first. Okay. I wait too. It's like if I go to the bathroom at the right, it is.
Perfectly bad timing.
Oh, it's got the wrong damn title.
Oh wow, that is weird.
Oh, I got the wrong title. Thought I updated the titles. It said it was updated.
It's coming in half a K.
Okay, well, that does.
Okay.
Why is it so crummy? Well,
That's
forget the internet for a second. Let's just let's
have a breath.
This is the okayest. Never pass on shooter box. That's just me with a freezer. It's your tag. You hunt coyotes. It's okayest hunter.
Welcome to the okayest hunter podcast.
Heyo!
Boom shaka. I mean, look, we'll be in full frame. I think when we do the actual stuff. Oh gosh, I hope so, because I'm gonna just mess that all up. Huh. Learn how that goes. Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome back. I forgot to post our YouTube last week for the show. If you watch on our, find everything on Spotify and Apple and YouTube if I remember it, apparently. Shout out to Nosler. I think we're trying to put together a deer this week, and we'll see if we can go throw some rounds down a field.
Sounds like we're gonna give it a go.
Maybe a marsh, maybe whatever. I don't really know.
We're gonna go stomp it around.
Yeah.
Mr. Bilo excited.
Okay. I got to figure it out. I haven't even had a chance to talk to my wife yet.
You better just cross that bridge when you get to it.
Well, we're going to get into that topic right in a minute here.
We are. We're going to cross those bridges.
What happens? We sleep on the couch. So.
Door might be locked when I get home.
Better hide the Nosler ammunition. Who knows? We got enough of it laying around.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hopefully my wife can't find any of Gus's Gerber knives.
Jesus Christ. There's a lot of weapons in my house, man. Between the Nosler ammo and the Gerber knives, like, yeah, it's a pretty lethal place.
You wouldn't want to walk in my basement if you were blind or there was no power. It's got pointy weapons that are not considered weapons. There's a lot of shed antlers laying around the ground.
Yeah, oh my God.
And
those would
stepping
hurt.
on a leg. Those bad.
No time that shark stepped on
the basement of the neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, like a Shake Shack. Anyway, I don't know. Nothing. My mother-in-law's listening. She said voice is breaking up. Internet is crap right now, but we are recording to our mixers. So if the live, which it very well may, don't worry. Post-production it'll be fine. We'll get it real nice.
Thank you for the heads up. We're working on it.
We'll see what happens. I'm doing what it's supposed to do tonight. It's pretty janky here. So I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, Nosler, 20% off. Use code OHP at checkout. That's true for all of our. We do have to get to our giveaway stuff here. So I'm going to go to our giveaway dashboard. Share my screen. It's going to do anything because let me see here. I can add a scene really quick. hang tight, please, everybody. Add a source. Let's see here. I can do a screen share. Yes, I can. Here
This
it
is your, what would you call it? The November?
No, Sweet November sweepstakes.
Sweet November.
Yep. I don't think I can go back to horizontal now that I'm in vertical, so it just is what it is. But you can see some of the screen.
Is it to give you like the?
Yeah.
I better not touch it.
We're gonna do a live draw right now. So only one winner. What you win is a Bear Legend Star bow that is outfitted with a HHA
Drop away rest.
Tetra sight and a ripcord drop away rest, Trophy Ridge stabilizer, and that's kind of it. In addition to that, the drawing that sits behind Derek that he drew, it's a print, and two Moultrie Edge solar cams and a bunch of Gerber knives. So
pretty sweet little prize package.
Yeah. We're gonna draw winner right now. It's live on the screen. So if you're tuning in, you're gonna hear it here first, or you're gonna hear it in podcast land tomorrow. Rest assured, whoever does win, if you don't hear it from listening right now over the week, we will email you. We'll give you some time to respond. Make sure it doesn't go to spam. If we don't get a response, we'll draw another winner. If we don't get a response in like a week, we're gonna have to like move on. But ideally, they're excited. We can ship everything out, and everyone's happy. Yay! Sweet November sweepstakes.
Let's go.
I will say before I do it, I'm so sorry. We did achieve what we were trying to accomplish in that we had 2 iTunes or our Apple Podcast feeds. We had to delete one. The one that we deleted had all of the ratings and really sad for us. We had a lot of people messaging us that did the podcast stop? Did you guys go away? No, we didn't. We're here. So we want to kind of really fan the flames of the new feed that's with our podcast network that we've been building for the last couple of years. And the outcome of this giveaway was really geared towards pushing people to do that with bonus entries. So we went from 20 Apple Podcasts to 149 1 month.
So
which is awesome. Which is that's what we're saying.
That.
Yes. And the most exciting thing is that everyone that did a review, they were pretty authentic, honest reviews. I wasn't asking for 5 stars. I was just asking for any stars and reviews. And really the feedback was nice. I don't think it necessarily want to go out of their way to say anything. They just kind of listen, go about their day, and that's all good. Then when prompted, we got some really good
great reviews. Like, these guys are mostly the okayest. That was, I paid one of my students to write that. That's not real.
That one really got me chuckling pretty loud. That was good. I think I showed up when that one came through.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But anyway, so thank you everybody who does listen, who does appreciate what the hard work that goes into this, albeit okayest. Thank you. And hopefully people can find this podcast on Apple now and don't think we vanish off the face of the earth. So we're getting there. Let's draw the winner. I don't know how this freaking works. Let's see what happens.
The button.
I'm not nervous at all. Careful the table. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do the arms or something. It's a countdown.
Spinning wheel? No, it's a countdown.
It's a count. The internet sucks. Something fierce, but it's 5, 4. I didn't realize I was going to do this for 2.
Ben Wellen. No,
3, 2, and then 1. So we have a delay at least. Nathan Cox from Salt Lake City, Utah. You are the winner.
Congrats, Mr. Cox.
Unless you aren't the winner and you don't get back to us, move on. But if you are, congratulations. That's exciting. You're going to get a lot of stuff. We'll get in contact with you. We'll work out getting everything shipped to you, get a shipping address and all that jazz. So we'll have to go find your review. Maybe we can, when we share that you've won, we can maybe do some content around or something like that with all your goodies and your review, and it could be kind of neat.
Pretty cool that someone outside of the Midwest.
Yes. I wonder what you're going to kill with your bow. Like an elk?
Giant mule deer?
Mule deer? Something pretty neat.
Both?
Kind of cool. So that's how do I go back to here? We are. Okay. I'll move away from that screen and back to my other screen. So I'm trying this vertical thing out, and wow, God, the camera really does.
So does
deer camp. Thanksgiving. This is not my favorite time of year to be on camera.
Oh, no. Oh.
I don't know. Usually we have comments. Here it is. That's a weird way to spell my name. JK. Nathan. Congrats. Oh, Josh West said that's.
Because it was
I'm slow
Nathan
on the
Cox.
uptake. Yeah, thanks. Got it. I didn't see the name. I just read the comment. Okay, Derek, we wanted to pick one. Just pick probably the worst of the two.
It's something that's been on your mind. And it's been festering all of us, not just you, but like this is something that we have the hurdle we've got to get over every single year. Some of us all year.
I don't even know the best way to talk about this because I've not heard any other hunting podcast talk about this.
No.
I haven't even heard anybody talk about hunting.
If you want to, like, this is some place where we need elite tactics. Like, we need more than okayest tactics to broach this subject.
I don't have the phone lines open because I just wrapped up a different podcast, which will launch on a different platform this Thursday. You'll see that. It's exciting. That's why we're behind tonight.
I'm gonna let you.
I'll start.
Go
People
ahead
are probably
and
like,
tee it up.
Jesus
Yep,
Christ,
tee it
just
up,
get
tee
to it, Eric.
Well, no,
It's not even help. Now I'm a little nervous. And my mother-in-law might be watching.
Well, that's what my big concern was. Like, hey, well, you better tiptoe. You know, we take our boots off for stalking. You're gonna take your
Look
boots
at the
off.
camera here. Yeah. So I think. Okay. This has been an undercurrent that has been happening for a number of years. Now, I won't go so far as say that my wife has PTSD for hunting season, but geez, I'd be remiss to say it's not something close to that. In part is because the buck that I killed that's above my shoulder here, that's out of frame. When I killed that deer, we just had our third kid, and my wife's back was not in good shape. Like she had pretty significant injury, and I decided to go hunting because we kind of can't help it. Like there's something deep telling us we need to go do this thing, and lo and behold, I got the buck. But this is a buck that almost like caused quite a riff. So that moment was overshadowed by like a lot of remorse, if that's the word. And the other day I saw someone in the industry and all that stuff, but he'd posted with his kid hunting. He's like, I'm bringing him hunting so one day he can piss off his wife. Now, flip the script 180 degrees. I think my wife was talking about my boys, and she's like, it's not apply to my daughter. Maybe it will. Maybe she'll piss off a husband someday, but it was like they fall in love with hunting as much as you do that they don't like do it in such a way that really disrupts the marriage and their wife. The topic that I guess I'm getting at here is it's a little bit complex because there's that layer to it, but there's also the layer of a modern dad. And one generation and 2 generations ago, but even 1 generation ago is very different. And so I'm gonna have to be very articulate and thoughtful and sensitive to how I approach this topic because it's one that I want to invite our wives into. So I thought it'd be good to like lay the foundation of this first.
We're gonna give them
There's
all
gonna be
the ammo.
some landmines. So we want to invite our wives into this another chat that's gonna kind of layer into this further to get a different take on it, and not in a bashing way where it's like I hate you. I think there's a spectrum of wives that are like some wives are like holding people back, and some are like hunting. There's the spectrum of in between of like I'll let you, yeah, I totally support you maybe up to a point, or I don't at all, or relationships are tricky. But to the hunting community, no, like my wife doesn't tell me what to do and then I am like some little bitch, you know. It's a little bit different than that to my wife, and I love her and our family, and I actually genuinely like to spend time with my kids and my wife. So like there's some inherent guilt that comes along with hunting where I'm like, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. Actually, I want to do both. In fact, that being said, I do like a break every now and again.
Well, I think that's where, and we'll get into it more. But man, that's the epic of like the modern day dad and how at times have changed. Is like we really do want to be there and have both. Like, man, the time away and the time that you have to recharge. And this is for mothers, fathers, everyone who is dealing with dependent people. You need some by yourself to be your individual self, to go solo, to have that time to recharge so that you can care for others. But man, there's a lot of pressure on it of like, you need to be there more with the family, but also the opposite way when all your buddies are in the woods and you feel that intrinsic, I'm going to blame it on photo period, just like the deer. Like, I think we have that photo, like when we sense that I can feel November 10th is coming around the corner. Like I feel it to the photo period. That's what it is. It calls me to the woods. I couldn't blame it on that, but man, I think that's one of the things that we're juggling now is the desire and obligation to be all the time, but also this calling to the wilds to like have your moments of recharge to like really truly
well,
element.
your significant other is at home going the opposite direction on the totem pole.
Charge.
They're like being depleted. The screen's on full brightness. Everything's cranked all the way up. There's 100 tabs open,
Volume.
and like someone's pouring fire on the fucking thing. Everything's unplugged and birds are chirping. It's literally the most peaceful thing in the world, except for like the agony of going through all the marshes and stuff. But we do that to ourselves, and we also like it. Then you come back in the middle, and you're like, "What could possibly be wrong? I feel great. I'm a huge contributing member of my family." And they're like, "I will murder you in your sleep because I'm struggling because you continue to do this thing." And I'm not just saying I hear this from a lot of people. Part of this is a venting session. Part of it's like trying to make sure there's acknowledgement there. So we have this hunting season survivor sweatshirt. That's a bit of a joke. But before I launch it, I did check with all the wives to be like, is this insensitive or like, is it jokey enough that it's okay? Because I do believe you are a hunting season survivor. If you make it through this stuff. Now, that being said, if you're a real hunter, there is no off season. You're ice fishing. Potentially you're trapping, you're doing upland, you're doing waterfowl, you're doing turkey. Then basically starts after the 4th of July. When Velvet Fest happens, you're hanging cell cams. You're even in hunting season. If you're not hunting, you're helping a buddy drag a deer. You're going to take 2 cameras down. You're doing spring scouting, you're doing shed hunting, you're doing, for us, we're doing trade shows. For consumers, they're doing trade shows. Like it doesn't stop. It's an obsession. I don't know that golf is like this. Fishing, but like if you're in the Midwest, like if you're not ice fishing, it's not the same thing.
Well,
So
yeah,
there's a tax on that. There's a tax.
And just pause. Don't
Thank you.
stop. Don't pause. But before any of our younger folks, gentlemen, maybe who are like, "Oh, I'm not listening to this episode. This is all about wives and kids." You're gonna want. This is going to determine the success of your hunting career for the next 35 years. So frickin' listen up, bub.
Working class bow hunter, they have a shirt that says like, you can't kill big bucks if your wife sucks. Ha 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 ha. Funny. And I love those guys because they're able to, they're like the uncle I want. Kids, he swears, okay?
He's gonna smoke a few doobies.
And I actually also like that. And like they get to be the unfiltered version of myself that I don't often get to be. So I actually enjoy guesting on their podcast. Let it rip. Joe West just commented, he said, due to health issues, liver failure, I was unable to hunt this year, and my wife and I realized the importance of me getting out. I love my family, but also my family loves wild game, so me not going was felt by all my wife, kids, and myself. Like this isn't a wife bashing session. That's not what this is. This is me trying to like promote my wife into like my wife. I value my wife. She does support this, and she supports it through actions. So many words I hear are usually just like a venting session to support from those actions, because anytime I go hunting, she's usually, yeah, go. And she's even said this year, remember, was it 2 years ago, Derek, when I said I want to do so much good that like, and not ask go hunting, that she just wanted to get so much equity.
You didn't ask.
That plan didn't work that
forever.
Year. That plan worked this year. And then I kind of found the threshold.
Hey, that's a big moment, the tipping point, if you will.
She had so much guilt for all the things she was doing. She's like, oh my God, and you haven't even gone hunting yet. And I was like, whoa. She said it. She noticed. Oh my, I'm gonna keep playing it cool. No, it's too hot to hunt. That's all right. I got my time. My time's gonna come. I don't even like this time of year. It's all, I don't even think figured out. And I didn't. I mean, these are all valid statements.
Which is helpful.
But I was like, honestly, the hot weather really kind of gave me a leg up this year. then eventually when I did go, she was like,
You were validated.
it was pretty cool. I can't expect that all the time. We're in a very busy season of life, working part-time, momming full-time. Like there's a lot happening.
Your situation is different.
Maybe it's a little bit unique. Everyone's got shit going on. Family is challenging in a way that I don't
But
think
you
I could
work a
understand it.
full-time job outside your full-time job while your wife's going to school full-time, working a full-time job with 3 children.
People do hard things.
Well, yeah, I'm just giving you a
So, like,
nod. I'm
so
giving
then-
you both a nod. You and Holly both deserve some serious nods. For real.
So then in
You guys are
Eric, I'm not
very
good at taking
impressive.
compliments, but I will say that then when you consider all that, that's why I take like some of the social acts, not personally, but almost like I get pretty feathers ruffled by them because you don't know me. Like you don't realize how much is happening here. And so when I start saying certain things, and I'm like, no, that's the deer I was going to shoot. Do you not understand all the stuff happening here? And I'm telling you, my wife's at her threshold just as much as my time to hunt. I'm balancing how much time I can borrow against my family. But
which is a big freaking debt.
I
That's
just
a big
love
debt.
my kids, man. I really do love them. And we'll bring your kids with you of them. Okay. I could maybe bring 1 or 2, but some of the time, but not the way we're trying to do it right now. And public land is public land.
And not on the lands around here.
It's
Not only is it ineffective, in November, I would say it's borderline getting on the dangerous side.
Yeah.
There are so many people in these freaking, it's crazy. I think that we talked about this on the podcast we just recorded before, but I think you said it really well in that one, which was like, we're used to hearing everybody else's ideas and opinions on what you've done, like when you shot that deer. But Eric, you talked to like probably everybody in our friend group, you probably called everybody, I'd imagine. And the level of excitement from the people who knew behind the scenes. I know I talked to you while I was walking around the woods in Illinois, and I couldn't have been freaking happier.
And I could tell.
Because I
you
knew,
genuinely
like,
meant it, yeah.
I know what you juggle, and I know what it means to get a day and afternoon, and to make it happen in those little bitty time slots. Like, man, that's everything. So, like, don't worry about those freaking. I mean, I know how it lingers.
Oh, it can bother me a little bit. Like I'm not completely impervious to it, but the fact that I got to go that day, did what the woods can do, which is pure magic at a time. I don't know how to explain when you're completely satiated. Talk about going to steakhouses and like getting a good steak with a good sear. And it's a fucking moment, dude, right there. Like that moment when I was in the woods and all that was happening, literally walking out, get down, bucks are coming. Like
with your dad.
It was nutso. And I was like, I could have done just this one hunt this year and that would have been it. Because that's usually what we're seeking. It's like all of those things, the grunting, the chasing, the deer, all of it. It was all of that encapsulated in one hunt. So for me, it was it. But not only is my wife being taxed, my kids are being taxed because they miss dad, they want dad. Mother-in-law, who may or may not be listening because our quality is shit on the internet here. Oftentimes, like the kids will cascade down to her because it's like now I've just put them out, and now their day just got disrupted. Not that it's a bad thing because they love spending time with the kids. So it's not a big deal, but it's not nothing appreciated that everyone else is like trying to let me go do this hunt. You know, it is a selfish endeavor. We talked about that on the episode we just recorded. No one else cares about deer hunting as much as we care about deer hunting. Not even other hunters care about our hunt. They care about their hunt. It's like everyone's worried about the pimple on their face, not your face.
And
like,
I'm just, as you just did, to just say how grateful and lucky I am that my wife, Ashley, just understands I personally, in a selfish way, need during that time of year. Like, she can feel it when it's boiling up and when I need to get it out. And she's very good about just lie ahead when I just frolic off home. But my spot's 50 minutes away, so it's going to take an extra 2 hours. Just go. I'm grateful for that and appreciative of that. So I just want to give her a shout out for that. But it's a selfish endeavor. And I know you say that you could have just gone out on that one hunt, both know that the struggle and the suck that happened before that hunt kind of also made that hunt what it was, where all of a sudden it was like magic. And it happened where like without it's gone out one time and it been absolutely freaking amazing, it would have still been amazing, but you wouldn't have had that to compare it against. A bit of like, well, frick, I went here and I did this and it's different. And we all are looking for a little bit of that adventure, a little bit of putting yourself to a test outside the normal daily grind, right?
Yep.
Like work can test you, but this tests you in a different way. Your
Yeah.
family could this test you in a little bit different way. And I think many of us, that's all we're looking for, is that weird little individual one-on-one solo test.
I do, much like I think probably most could relate to, become quite a better version of myself when I've had the time in the deer woods, up until maybe also a point when things start to get frustrating. Then I'm like, dude, I got to be careful not to let that. It's the last thing I want to do is like, hey, I just sacrificed. I dug in, and I've been carrying all this weight, and then even more and more and more. Like, not only are you gone completely bricked, you're hunting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like, and you helped a buddy drag, or like all the stuff starts. It's like it there's a compounding effect to that. So the last complain about it to your wife ever,
Yeah,
because could you like just think about it in the opposite context, like. Your wife goes on a spa day and another spa day and a massage day and then goes on a vacation somewhere.
But all her friend did was complain.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
Yeah.
And you're like, I've been here.
I told you not to freaking go.
Basic, heaven forbid you feed them after a certain hour, they turn into gremlins. Like they come with rules and shit. Like you got to be very careful with these things. And then you're coming home and complaining like for doing fun stuff? What are you like? Wrong person. Go find someone else to tell them. Go, and deer hunting season is all consuming because you're messing with your gear, you're talking to your buddies nonstop, you're looking at maps, you're in it, dude. Your trail cam opened up the Moultrie app when I was supposed to open up Slack for work, just out of pure habit. I was like, wow, this is not the right app. What am I even doing? My batteries have been dead for months.
But is anything on there?
Yeah, right. Like, gosh.
Let's not forget to mention the sweet moment that when you do have success, how short-lived it actually is.
It's so
like you just like you got a deer, right? You're so happy. You send a few pictures and it's a moment of excitement. And then it's like, well, I got to bring it to the processor. It's $180. Like, I might mount it. Like, I got to figure out how I'm going to Euro it. Like, we're going to hang it in the garage. I also got to cut it up. That's going to take like 3 hours. Like, feel great, right? Yeah. Like, from the ice.
And like, meanwhile, we're just like hopped up on cloud nine. We're like, this is the best day ever. Like,
I have made deer.
And they're just like, I'm over it.
You're an idiot.
Like, can we just go back to normal living, So all of this to say, there has to be some appreciation for all of those around us that put up with this crazy, excessive, all-consuming hobby that only gets like more obsessive in a very truncated period of time, photo period. As you talked about. And just a huge thank you to everyone in our life that deals with this, man. Like, Dave here and Greg came from Lake Mills. Dave came from like on his birthday, he came to help.
His freaking
so like,
birthday.
Now his wife and Greg's wife, like, no, they're both going, shit, what?
Frick,
these are the things we do. And yeah, they're probably like, especially every single time Brent calls me that says I got a buck, Holly's like, ears perked. She's like, so what's happening? What's next? Like, well, I don't know. All I know is he shot it.
Why are you looking at your boots?
All I know is he shot it. You know what happens? Now he's got to find his arrow, track it. Maybe he needs help track. I don't know. And now it's starting to disrupt the whole day. And there was no expectation that was going to happen today. The wife thought she was free and clear that day. And then Joel, I just shot one. Like at church, he's like, I'm like, what's up? Like he's still got the total shakes. It just happened. I was like, well, I had to pick up. I know if he's calling me right now, he got a deer. This is important.
Understands.
Do you understand what he's been through for me? I need to be there with him. Like he would come for me. I have to go for him. This is what happens. Okay. This is the brotherhood that we talk about. So I don't know. We talk about like, we wish our wives had a thing, and some do. Some have a thing. Ours don't. I think they just love our families.
They're so good at it. Both of our wives, they just are great moms, and they love to mom. They love to be with. I love that, and it's incredible. But God, just get a freaking hobby so I can feel better about my hobbies.
That's what it is. We just want to feel less
Please.
guilt. It's not even that like. Yes,
It's
it's all
selfish.
coming from a selfish place. It's not even like I want you to enjoy. Yeah, go get your fill. Go do everything, so then I can feel justified in my thing. Like I don't know. I have this tattoo, the 5149, as selfish, and it is really hard not be selfish during deer season. And I don't know what the point of this episode is, other than I felt like I needed to get some shit off my chest. I don't know. Is this? There's a lot of hunter wives on social media that make funny content about, but I think it's because it's such a shared experience for them. Like Widow's Weekend is a real thing. It's
dude,
it's only a matter of time before some wives start a hunting pod bashing us.
well, like in my brain, right? Like a person justifies their actions a little bit. I'm like, I've hunted a fair amount. But I'm like, I've hunted like that much. Yep. Yeah, quite a bit.
You're probably skewing a little higher towards that end.
Also, like the number of tracks and drags that I've gone on, you don't like that. The number of quick trail camera checks and scout this spot real quick, man, it starts to add up. And then like in my stupid little break, so my buddy Dave still got an Illinois tag, and we have a really long Christmas break this year from school.
Oh yeah, you want to go down there with
like,
him?
Hey,
No.
I'm
You gotta be
at
his
these
buddy.
dates. He's like, I love me, and I was like, sent a little like video gif or whatever. It was like, maybe. And I was like, don't you dare even bring it up.
You've already taken enough withdrawal from the bank on this, haven't you?
For sure.
You're going to be going.
Could I do it?
You're going to be overdrafting.
I think she would let me do
it. Would be
I think the overdraft fee would be minimal, but I think the long term kicking me out of the bank might be the one that. Yeah, I should probably just keep it in the bank.
It's tough because like over time, I wonder how much this erodes a relationship. And what's the South Park episode where the dudes are like playing World of Warcraft and they're like, they're all fat and disgusting, and they've just like got fired from their jobs. They're losing their house. Wife has divorced them because they just got to get to the next level. Like I'm certain, without knowing, that deer hunting has probably ruined a lot of marriages.
I think it definitely has.
Worth it? I don't know, because I've not crossed that. I hope I don't. But I'm sure there are guys that have divorced and then the place to go hunt. There's a greater sadness than with like being alone. These guys that are divorced or not listening are like, oh man, and it's freaking like.
I know a few, or they just found women who are better at handling it,
or they just
go hunt with them.
Put up with them or whatever. But for me, when I talk about like tagging deer and hunter journey and all that stuff on the brand side, it's like I want to bring my family with me in the business. I want to bring my family with me in the woods. I'm trying to figure that one out. Like learn from you a little bit more and a few other folks like who
I've been really good at it.
I mean, Gus got his first deer this year.
Dude,
incredible.
Like look at like what Anthony Heller did.
Yeah,
and I just like sent him a couple private messages and just told him what I thought of that, because he's taking his son on like 15 hunts, on bow hunts, like or gun hunts, like from the ground. They're just sitting on the ground, and they got a buck this last weekend, and I was like,
it's incredible.
Like that kid won't remember that. Like dad brought me out, dad brought me out, dad brought me out, brought me. That kid understands that it probably was like. He's gonna understand.
Oh, man, I can't believe
his dad's odds.
Yeah.
Right. But he still freaking did it over and over and over. And I did good once this year. I did real good on Gus's. When we went and scouted, it was I had pins on that I wanted to go to, but
that's hard for you probably.
Yeah, we didn't go to all of them, and we stood on every rock. We checked out beaver chews. If he said he would go look at it, do it, we did it. And then finally, we got to a point where he was like, I was like, you want to go up this big hill? There's a spot. He was like, no, I kind of want to go like bash some of these dead sticks. I was like, you cool if I just run up the hill? I'll come back down and I'll meet you right here. I was like, Yeah. I hear him start smashing sticks. I freaking take off on a beeline, make a loop, found a big rub line. It looked awesome. So I was like, Bud, come over here once. What do you think of this? Showed him, and all of a sudden he got super excited.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Then we, like, so it was, I really felt like I found a balance. Hard for me.
That is hard.
It's hard for me. I'm
It's
not
hard-
going to lie.
It's hard to, like, to again, the modern dad, and I think I'm complaining because this is what I want.
You're just talking about what you care about.
I just yeah, I'm not sure how I fit into this. Like, I'm not trying to like contradict myself or what have you. Like, spending time with my kids is really important, and I always just play devil's advocate on loop in my own mind. So I'm always like arguing myself as I thought it was forming. It's a stupid fucking problem. I just, we show up in ways that our dads and our grandpas probably didn't. Like, I mean, I could be wrong. Like, Chuck listens to this podcast. Like, he could tell me if he's ever vacuumed or washed dishes or changed diapers or pick outfits, which I don't do much of that. Get kids ready in the morning for school, pack lunches, like go to everything. We're like, go to everything. We can go to all the, and I'm not even talking about like total full on sporting events. My kids are still young. Like, sporting events for them are kind of like a gay. What are we even doing? But it's fun, and they want that validation that I'm there seeing them, and I want them to have that. I don't want to be an empty seat for them. So I will always pick them over this stuff when possible. And it's almost always possible. Like, there's very few things I have missed. I'm not willing to miss on that stuff as much as I'm willing to kill. Priorities for me. Hunting deer is lower than that. Now, there's going to be a pendulum swing at some point when my kids are older and they're far more capable and there's less babysitting and handholding and bullshit that like they're going to be eager and excited to be with me. And then all of a sudden my wife's going to get a huge break. If I bring all 3 kids to deer camp when they're teenagers and she gets to do the pendulum swing of that, that's going to take a while to take shape and come to fruition. But I think it very well could.
It will happen. And
when that does, it's going to be like, hopefully all this was worth it, because like now they're part of this, and that's exciting for me. So I think it's just a season of life thing right now. But also, like, the modern dad is fucking wildly different than grandpapa had it,
For sure. My mom, and my mom is a hunter, right? My mom's a hunter. Like, she shed hunts, turkey hunts, deer hunts. She's a hunter. She's always a hunter. When did my mom start hunting? When I asked her to come when I was like 15.
Oh, 15 even.
I was 15 because my mom got super like seasonal depression, because where was I? 12, 13, 14, 15. I was with my dad every weekend hunting because that's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then mom, all of a sudden, who was the motherhood, embodied everything about being a mom and loved it all. Now her son's gone. He's out hunting. So she was like, I want to be included, all of a sudden she wasn't in it. So like, I think there's a place for that. And like, man, this is the time when we're doing our best, but man, mothers really shine when the kids are
and we have some good ones. I think
so patient.
I think we really do have some good ones. I think we're lucky in
we have
that.
The best.
This is it's working. Just like, look at that. What the hell? Just I don't know why it's blurry, guys. I'm getting comments about it. And when you set good expectations in the beginning of something, reality has a way of like, you can do your best, and it's probably smart to do so. So the young guys that aren't there yet, not married yet or whatever, or newer in a relationship or going down that path or getting married or whatever, having kids, that's a whole nother one. Corey Godard just had his first kid, Corey with Latitude.
Yeah.
And like,
it's going to change.
We don't learn things easily. We think in light switches when really it's like a waiting. It's not, the switch will flip, but then the lights take a long time to turn for us.
Yeah.
We see the switch has been flipped, but they ain't checking yet. It takes a minute to learn a few lessons are off. And for the younger folks that are coming into this whole thing, you could say, I'm a hunter and this is what I expect. Here's the ground rules. I lay this foundation down like whatever. Life happens. What if your wife ends up in a wheelchair for some reason? What's more important? What if your kid has like cerebral palsy? What if, like, you know what I mean? Like,
even without that, like
I'm making extreme cases. I don't know why.
you are, but like even like when I became a dad, it became so much easier to pull the trigger.
Sure, because I want to get back.
I was really like riding a high. I was we're getting bigger and bigger, and like I was finding my groove in the hunting world. But then every deer, and as soon as my brain was like, "Oh, you should pass that," I was like, "I have like a freaking 2-year-old at home. If I pass that deer, that means I'm going to be out here again." That light bulb started to like slowly, like the switch came up, and like it's like I should just shoot that deer, and be done. Like much easier to just enjoy the hunt, enjoy the moment, move on, and have time with family. It became easier. I don't think it's easier for everyone, but I was also lucky that I'd already killed a few, like killed a few good deer.
Already,
you know what I mean? Like
I think I didn't
so
get
it
to
made
scratch
it
some
easier,
of that.
and I totally get that. Like if you're still working, it's,
I didn't kill my first bow deer until my daughter was born.
yeah.
So like,
totally,
I was a
different
few
stage
mile
of-
markers behind you on that stuff, and so then I'm trying to like have my K2. I really am. Like I think humans in general are selfish. I think I'm particularly selfish, and I have to remind myself of that and try to work against it.
I disagree, but
And like, yeah, someone like my wife's like a super considerate human. Shane Maddox, who called into the podcast, and one of the other most considerate humans I know. They can't even fathom thinking about themselves before other people half the time. Too much to a point where it's like, come on. The Christmas shopping is a pain in the ass for this reason with my wife. I don't know where you draw lines, but at some point we can't buy the whole damn neighborhood. We got to reel it back in a little bit. Well, if we buy it for this neighbor, we got to buy it for that neighbor. If we buy it for that neighbor is going to see us. We got to buy it for them. What about the mailman? What about the garbage man? And what about the Amazon driver? Well, if we do the Amazon driver, we got to do. I'm like the school teacher, but then not the principal, but then also the paras in the class. I'm like, holy shit, this is a lot of money. I'm glad you care about other people, but my God, we got to care about ourselves.
Are you?
Here's selfish me coming to the rescue.
Like,
don't buy anybody gifts. What are you doing?
but look at you. But you're trying to take us out to dinner next week.
We
2
owe
weeks
it
from now.
to you guys. Like
No,
we owe you
don't.
way
You're
more
always
than a
shit.
steak dinner. But like, let's got to do something. And I instead of getting you guys on a Stormy Cromer hat or something shitty or whatever, but something.
It'll be better.
I'd rather have a moment together.
Dude,
with
we
you
could
guys.
go to a dive bar for onion rings,
Okay.
and it'd be worth it because it's about shared.
Nah, but
shared
it's a moniker of like.
I appreciate the gesture.
There's a value there that is an appreciation. If we go to fucking McDonald's, it's telling you that you're worthy of a dollar cheeseburger.
Accurate. It's accurate. It's accurate. maybe a McDouble on a good day.
Justin said that I'm so thankful that I take care of my 2 smaller kids while I'm at deer camp. I can't tell you how happy I was when my oldest said he wanted to come up to camp.
Hell
my
yeah.
kids already want to go. I'm like, they're young.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I
think
didn't expect like my deer camp this year to
be that
to
one.
have my son be there.
Yeah.
I didn't. It just happened. He showed interest, and I was like, all right, let's do it.
Like, am I taking a 6-year-old? Like, should I do that? Maybe. I don't know.
I think it depends if they are really
Thingy. Like, I need some space to move about. You know?
When we're done with this, remind me to show you some videos from we'll find
some
great joy.
That could be good. Yeah.
Great joy.
Yeah. Anyway, taboo episode, just because I'm like not trying to put hunting in a negative light, to recognize that like we're asking of the people that are in our lives to do what we do. And I'm sure a lot of us appreciate it, but some might not even be fucking cognizant at all.
And let's approach this subject from a different way. I just see who I'd had on Driving Pins crossed my mind, who's not married, no kids. But like, how can you be causing stress in other people? Anyone who knows you and cares about you is probably worried about you every time you go in the woods if they're not hunters. Like, it was just Thanksgiving. Be grateful and let it be known to those around you that you're just thankful that they support you, and that because even just like a young guy, 22-year-old going out in the woods, like your parents are freaking
You
here
fall out
from
of a
you.
tree stand, you
That-
get lost,
that
you get
something
break a leg,
happened,
you
that
get
you-
shot,
yeah.
like,
So like just
cut yourself so you're bleeding everywhere.
I don't know how I keep a bottle of new skin or super glue in my back and band-aids just in case. But yeah, just extend that grateful attitude to people. And I'm gonna go home tonight and give my wife a big hug and say, "Hey, I just appreciate you for letting me do my thing." I already do that, but I'm gonna do it again tonight for sure.
I do as much of it as possible, but my wife also knows I'm full of it. Because like I mean it in the moment, I do, but it doesn't stop me from going back to like as soon as it comes again.
Well, yeah,
It's like the full moon comes out and you turn into a werewolf. Like we all know you can turn into a werewolf. We know that full moons do it to you. But as much as I prepare, at the end of the day, when you turn into one, like I'm still thinking you're probably going to eat me, and I need to get the fuck out of here. Like there's only so much preparing I can do, you know. But maybe I can be a werewolf with a soul. I'm just not. I don't know. It's a bad analogy. You know, you said my analogies are good.
No,
but
I'm just gonna shout out. She at first being someone who didn't grow up with anyone who hunted, and no, you know, her and I have been together for 14 years now.
Mhm.
She's learned a lot about
You
how
dragged her into the swamp
horrible the
once.
lifestyle
Yeah.
is of being a hunter's wife. But man, I will say, like, I think she was really proud and happy for me this season with I had some success and then bringing Gus out and having a great time. I'm like, I could see it in her eyes that she was really
Sweet
happy,
deal.
really happy for me.
Well,
I didn't do anything for her.
Well, I gotta imagine being a mom, seeing your kid look up to your husband as a
See him get excited to go do what dad loves. And that was always kind of my thing was like, man, maybe it was just a way to justify my selfish behaviors. Wanted my kids to see me do something I'm passionate about.
correct. That
And
matters
I
too.
wanted them to see me leave home to do something that was important to me because I want them to have that when they grow up.
Mhm.
Maybe that was my way of justifying it, but I'm seeing like my son and my daughter know how much it means to me.
Mhm.
And like now that he got to do it, he understands it. And I think that was like inadvertent. Like
Now
it
he's just gonna be
worked.
mad that you're not going with him
It
every
worked.
time.
Well, yeah, well, he's gonna be
Yeah.
going with me a lot more now.
It's good.
And I'm excited about that.
There's a lot of that in like the entrepreneurial realm too. Like I see a lot of that content as well. As much hunting content, it's like your kids should see you doing important work,
yeah.
doing things like there's authors that have like my kids see me write a book, and there are sacrifices that's the other side of this coin that I didn't really talk about is like if you want to kill a really mature buck, if you want to grow a successful business, if you want to achieve goals, there are sacrifices. If you work a job that pays a really good salary, you have to work and not go do this family thing.
100%.
And that is unfortunately and fortunately the life. That's just life. Get around that. And I think our previous generations of dads were a little bit grittier in that sense. And there's a badge of honor there. I think our badge of honor looks a little bit different. As much as we'd be like, no, I'm providing. I have to go to work. It's like, hey, my work's a little bit flexible. I can stay and watch the kids while I work, which is a really fucking task to half-ass two things. and let me tell you, the stress of that burden, I would say that's greater to do work. If I just get to, I don't know, like when I was doing radon systems, like I would build a radon system. That was the only thing I had to freaking worry about. Built and it was done and it worked and I accomplished a job, go home done.
See, my
Juggling stuff
my work is very different.
Freaking
I'm like juggling
world.
kids that are older, but more of them. And then I go home and I'm juggling less, but there's littler.
Yeah.
So like my work is different.
But, and everyone's is, but like yeah, the badge of honor thing I think is just where, you know, like I'm trying not to be like a chauvinistic person about this. Like I'm trying to have a little bit more I think we have a pretty decent female audience.
Oh yeah. And I mean it's
and
the
followers.
same.
Like the whole no ego thing, it seems like there's appetite for that type of content that we
and have. Right? There's some households where the females are the ones that hunt. And then
true.
there's households like our good buddy Dave, he and his wife both hunt.
Yep.
So they trade off, you know, like
you got to fucking go hunt. Yeah.
It's cold front. Who's fucking hunting?
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Someone better be in that state.
God, that would be really hard. Glad my wife doesn't hunt for that reason. Trying to compete against enough hunters. I don't need to compete against she's better at everything than me anyways. Heaven forbid she got into bow hunting. She'd kill monsters.
Dude, my wife is than I am, and I don't think she'll ever like take an animal because it's just not her.
Mhm.
But I think once the kids start hunting, she'll
She's
go sit
so
with
into the
them.
family
I
that
think
she
she'll
might.
go sit with them.
Yeah.
And, like, and I'm not ever asking her to do that or do anything she's. But I think it would be really cool if
Mhm.
like she would sit with Gus and like watch him take a deer. Like
Well,
that would be such a cool experience.
the fact that you have a cabin up north is, I think, a really cool thing. Like, you has Ashley come with you to the cabin for deer camp?
No.
I envision a world in my mind's eye of like things I want to accomplish, which is buy a lab cabin, and I don't know if that'll happen or not. I'm really fucking trying. And if it does, I could see a world where we have deer camp there and she's there. We all go to the woods. You can just relax there, but still be present.
In my world, it would be the family spends the whole week up at deer camp at the cabin.
Yeah.
And we do Thanksgiving dinner up
There
there.
you go.
And we, you know what I mean? Like that would be it. And you go hunt the days you want to hunt, or you go sit out and you do that. That would be ideal. Now, I say my wife's never been up there for deer camp. My wife's been up to the cabin 100 million times with me.
Yep.
And it's the same as deer camp because it's the same people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right. Right.
it's the same at this point in our life. It's the same people. So it's not really different. It's just different. It's just in November. But yeah, I agree.
Well, to all the wives that deal with us, hunters, to all the husbands that deal with their wives, thank you to all the hunters
Families
that
and
hunt together,
in-laws
and like it just unique little world that we have. It's a weird subculture that we have, one that we're proud of, and like we can't envision a world without this culture existing and this community existing. At some point, it's probably good to recognize that it's a. I mean, this ain't the military. You know, we're not getting called overseas and going on tours or things going on deployment. Because in those situations, you don't get to pick. We're picking this life, and we're on deployment quite a bit in the deer woods. And so, like, it's hard because it is very selfish. But it's good for our soul. It's good for our well-being. It's good for our composure or getting back to part of the family. And if we do it right, hopefully we bring our family with us in some capacity where they appreciate, whether that's even if they don't hunt, maybe they like the venison or like the cooking part, or they like. I hope that I'm not alienating my family, that there's parts or components of hunting that everybody can find that they enjoy. And maybe it's decor, enough freaking year amounts that my wife's and antlers from shed hunting that like, now look at all the decor stuff you could go do. I don't know. I'm making that up right now, but there's a lot of ways to get involved.
like we can do to hook them, right?
Yeah.
Like my kids loved using the vacuum sealer.
Yep.
That's how we introduced to processing.
Yep.
Is the kids love and then write the label. I'll show you how to spell it. That was the hook. Sure, Gus helped with my buddy Mike's deer. He vacuum sealed and labeled every bag. Gus, those are tenderloin. Those are back straps. Labeled everyone.
Logan would love that because she loves that. Yeah.
And that proud, which is the whole point. Like, as much as you feel like you're taken away, you show your kids that if you're going to do something, you're going to do it right. And you're going to do it all your effort, and you're going to put your heart and soul into it. There's nothing wrong with that. You just got to work out that balance and figure out what works for you and your situation, hold your family.
Yeah, and everyone's uniquely different. But I hate to get to an age where there's regret, and that's the big driver. So like the whole like get them involved. You said like hook them, find a way to hook them, because then it's all a little bit more justified and holistic and like feels better.
It's better.
Like,
it is better.
Legitimately, yeah, not just feels better, but it actually is better if everyone's participating. So a couple more comments here. I want to read. So proud that my camp with us. Pretty soon, my middle son will be with us. Also, super thankful for my wife who's taking care of the kids when I go. That was from from Clay, my buddy Clayton, who went famous on the internet for gagging. His
Sorry,
wife's
Clayton,
awesome.
but we love you.
That was me. I posted on a friend's account on accident. I'm not sure what that's a response to. My buddies and I are moving into a new life phase with having babies and such. Just had the first little one come with the deer camp this year. And then Clayton Another comment from Clay. Kids won't always remember the little things like doing the dishes and all that, but they will remember that you're there for them and treated, I promise. Yeah,
For sure.
100%, dude. And Clayton brought his boy to deer camp, and he came back this year. So tells me we're on to
It's a big
something.
deal.
Same thing, buddy Greg. Craig brought his boy with last year, and this year his boy dragged him to deer camp. So his kid is the reason Greg came. I think we're on to something with those guys. But
You
their
guys
kids
are
are
doing
in
it
their
right.
they're I think freshman and junior, and then it was now they're something like that. So they waited till high school because then it's kind of like, do you want to sip a beer? No, don't tell your mom. Kind of thing.
I'll just say we friends. I made friends with my buddy Josh a number of years ago. I mean, a decade or more ago. Met out the trailhead in Nicholas Forest, and we started talking and exchanged numbers. We've been friends ever since. We meet up every deer season, gun season up in Wisconsin. His parents' cabin is parents' cabin, so we stopped in and hung out on Saturday night and had a couple of drinks. And his boy and his nephew are there, and they're both high school athletes, wrestlers, and it was awesome because they're telling deer stories, talking about what they seen, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden, like, one of the boys going for like a cookie or chocolate chip cookie, and the other one's like, "Hey, you better not eat that. You're cutting to 155 next week." But like, enjoy yourself at deer camp, but don't do that. It's like, look at these guys, like balancing work life and playtime. Like, it was just great to see. Like, they stayed up for the entire week, the experience with dads and uncles and grandpas, and I'm glad to see like there's camps like that still around where the kids are up there and they're doing their thing.
That's something that I don't know that we touched on in the podcast we just had done. I can't remember the last time I've cried as an adult. Like, I think it came close, like maybe with all the life events that have been going on. Like, I've been like just really kind of like introspective on things, but seeing generational things start to take place, they starting to get to me.
Yeah,
which is weird. I'm like, what is going on with me? Like, geez, you going through menopause? Is that a thing? I think that's a woman thing, right? Like, what's wrong with me? But seeing, like, anytime I see my mom or my dad with my kids, like, we talk about seeing the woods through fresh eyes when you bring a new hunter, and you're seeing it fresh eyes kind of, and it's a good reminder how we got into this. When you see your kids with your parents, you're like almost seeing yourself as a kid again and coming up, but like knowing that high schoolers, when you met that guy, those humans may not have existed or not existed in a way that they could have done anything other than shit their pants. I don't know. And now they're like, and they're going to bring people in, and you're just part of this legacy. And the family vibe of deer camp is something that to do with my family. And Ryan Holiday and all the books I've read about he's got The Daily Dad, which is a great book. Whether or not you subscribe to any of the Stoicism stuff or not, every chapter is a day. So you can read one chapter in 2 minutes and you don't have to pick the book up again, at all. And there's a day for every a chapter and page for every day of. That being said, one of the through lines is I want to raise a family that wants to be at my dinner table. When they want to be at my dinner table, they want to be around my household and my wife and I and our family. They want to come back. You're not that I have a household that like no one comes back to us. We're just a married couple and alone, and it's bleak.
Yeah.
Like, I want that, but in a deer camp way. I want that in a deer camp way.
Try to say this without tearing up because you just talked about it, so I'm going to talk about it. When Gus shot that deer and we were sitting on the hill, just went up to it and we were so excited and I hyped him. We were hyped. I mean, both of us were shaking. I was shaking way more than he was. And we said a prayer over that deer. And the experience and being together, and man, I couldn't help it. I was tearing up. And I'm tearing up as I'm talking to him. He definitely saw. Like, he looked and he saw and he knew. And I looked away and told him good job. And he never said anything, but I could just see in his face that he was like so proud, and happy. But it was a big moment for me. And then the fact that my dad got to come and like help on the drag out. Well,
Yes,
the generational thing was like huge. And it was more than I could have asked for.
it's a lot more we can handle. My boss Ryan just told a story today, and his son just shot his first year at deer camp
That's awesome.
on land they just got out in western Wisconsin.
That's a totally different thing.
And he's like, I'm bawling. And he's like, my cat. He's like, well, I just shot a deer. What's going on? They don't get it.
Yeah.
And I think his dad was there too. So I think the generational. It's just weird, man, how that
Buying
happens.
your own land, like that's a whole thing.
Yeah,
it's cool.
So a good episode. Thankful coming off of Thanksgiving to be reminded what's important, why we do this stuff, and to really appreciate those in our lives, not just our wives, but the ecosystem that it takes to support tribe. Because it's not just your wife or your husband that hunt. They're buddies and girlfriends and everybody else and uncles and cousins where you're going to go help do these things and be on the phone, strategizing, talking, telling stories, sharing. This season happens once a year, and once a year we get the bug, and it's hard to like. And if you have people that are supportive in your life, it just makes it a much more positive experience. For those that have a negative connotation with it, it's unfortunate because it's hard to then like balance that out, and I think that could deteriorate some things. So, just if you show appreciation in a positive way, it will collect.
I think you're just as you mentioned of the family, that's your thing. Like how you expose your family to it and how you bring them into it and how you help them realize what it's bringing to you. And because if it becomes meaningful to everyone in a different way, it becomes better for your family to understand and to accept and to want to be a part of it and want to be back at your dinner table enjoying that, and just a mark of family unit based on how you bring it and how you market it and how you sell it.
Yeah, right.
And how you include them, right? Include them and downplay it, and just, if you're going to do it right.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Congratulations to our winner. Again, we'll be reaching out via email, and thanks everyone that participated and joined in all that. We'll do more of these things throughout the year because it's proven to be something that I think people get shit out of it. Like, I don't know. It seems like a good thing.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any other thoughts. Oh, the 16th will be our last episode of the year. We're going to get together here as a whole group. So we'll have everybody in this room. I got to figure out microphones and stuff because more of us in our mics, so we can maybe swap people in or something. But after that, no more podcasts until January. So I think we got 2 more to go.
Sweet.
Next week, your Illinois hunt.
Sure.
Like break it, maybe even both of them, like break down how you go about killing a fucking toad of a deer.
Get really lucky.
The luckier the harder you work, the luckier you get. So I'm pretty sure you stack the odds in your favor by doing a lot of smart shit. And like this campaign we did, we achieved the outcome we were looking for because we knew what we were trying to do. So
you're freaking.
It's fun when you put forth effort and you accomplish the thing you're trying to do.
Of course it is.
I'd like to hear that on the deer side of things.
Okay.
And I think our audience would too. And I don't know if that makes any more sense for you to dropping pins or to do it here. But then the one after that, the 60, me, you, Greg, Matt, Tyler, and
crew.
Lord knows what. Or maybe we'll just talk about our year in review or something. I don't know. No good yet.
I think we'll just bring
So
on
this
a
one made
bottle
sense
of
for today.
Malort and see what happens.
Oh God! Bring a puke bag for everybody.
Yeah.
Fancy hospital ones.
Yes.
All right, folks. Have a good week and stay frosty for Thursday as well as our Wednesday drop. And check out the Boyer podcast for tomorrow for Wednesday. Check out all the podcasts on network. I know now with their Sunday Gun Day, so their episodes are dropping. OK's Trapper, I think, is bringing back episodes. He's been pretty busy with this book launch by Zach Hansen. It's a good book. Check it out. There should be more people learning that kind of stuff. OK's Cook has been crushing it. He's got those meta glasses. So his content's been really cool lately because as he's cooking,
Oh, that's amazing.
it's really and he's got some really good recipes. He's been sharing that are like
And if you haven't figured out, Chris is really aesthetically pleasing to me.
yeah, he's great. Upduck has been doing a great job with their migration reports that they've been putting out. They've gained a lot of popularity actually. OK's Fisher, they're going to be back on for ice fishing in like the bit of the new year here. So going to figure out that stuff out with those guys. Who am I missing here? Because I can never remember all of our pod strength. Whitney's amazing. She's doing a great job. Western Territory, we got to like do a whole. I don't even think we could handle all of our people on one
Roundup.
show. But so just tune into our network. There's lots to offer. And if you're finding our podcast on Apple now, which you might be, you'll see all the other podcasts right at the bottom of the scroll. Take a look, have fun, and enjoy your time outdoors with your family.